Every morning I told, how high can I go? Rolling up with the thing.
Took my daughter out on the boat with a couple of her friends. We went out fishing, and I got a call, 6:15, whatever it was. Your dad's been shot. And any other information? No, we don't know anything. Obviously, I immediately get on the phone. I try to call. I guess at that point they're not sure what the attack is, so they lock down all the cell phones and they jam whatever it may be. I couldn't get through to anyone, and so literally 90 minutes before I even made contact. I obviously got back in, got all my kids together, made sure everything was secure, and I'm just literally waiting for a phone call to get even any information. Finally, I got a hold of my father, and surprisingly calm in the hospital, and by then I'd already gotten seen the video and sort of him coming up defiant in the face of actual fire. It was sort of amazing, and he just sort of said, hey man, you're the biggest badass I know, and because I genuinely believe that.
Yeah, of course.
Everyone thinks they're tough until they're actually put in a situation. He actually wasn't. To come out that way was sort of the most proud I'd ever been of him.
So you're on the fishing boat with your daughter, having a lovely, we were baptizing my youngest son that morning, and so very festive. And I saw a text come through, shots at Trump rally. Then I see a text, Trump shot. Then I get a phone call, get to the studio. No one knows what's going on.
Yeah.
And I don't think it's an exaggeration to say, had your father been assassinated, it could have led to civil war.
Oh, I mean, yeah. The amount of, honestly, Michael, what's really interesting, sort of, the amount of reasonable people I know that are, professionals and, successful and that are so frustrated with the world we are. Like, imagine the people who are getting crushed by this economy. And there's I think that, that's not. It's not an exaggeration. It's not like, I think that could very well be real, and I'm not encouraging that, and neither are you, because if someone's going to say, but like,
but there's civil unrest for a lot less.
Real thing.
And the reason I even mention it is, so much depends upon a 15-degree turn of the head. When I went back, obviously you weren't getting any information for 90 minutes. Everyone's trying to. He just turns his head like a nanosecond before the shot is fired. And so I think, I'm just a man who admires your father. I'm just a man who supports his campaigns. You're his son.
Yeah.
And you're watching this happen, and you think, but for the grace of God.
Yeah. By the way, total, I can't think of anything other than divine intervention, right? I don't believe in that much luck or coincidence anymore. That was amazing. And by the way, I'm also, I come from a competitive shooting background. I mean, a 140-yard shot, that's like a 6-inch putt, right? That's almost impossible to miss. And so to be able to move that way and that, it just, at that exact instant, literally at the speed of a bullet,
So to what do you attribute it? It is, you mean that literally divine intervention?
Oh, I mean,
I do. I certainly
do. And I'm not, not a hyper-spiritual guy. It's not, but man, that makes you wonder. I kept just watching a sort of once, sort of actually remarkably calm for the first, till I actually spoke to him, and then I finally, got my kids settled and tried to, I'm trying to explain to a 10-year-old that her grandfather was just shot in the face. It's, these are conversations you hope to never have to have, even if it sort of worked out, in a good way. But you're doing that, then you actually sit down and sort of that, the adrenaline dump hits you, and it was just like, just.
Were you speaking to your siblings? Well,
That the call to my father. I couldn't get through. Finally, I got through to my brother. He's like, hey, I just got through. Puts me on speakerphone, so it's me and my brother. Kim's there. My ex-wife was there. My kids are there. Like everyone, sort of, most of the family's just on speaker. I'd spoken to Ivanka a few seconds before that. We're just on speakerphone, talking to him. He's just, very calm, collected. It got to the point where it was like almost, you sort of needed that icebreaker. So me, I'm usually the inappropriate guy. So I was like, how's the hair? How's the hair, Dad? He goes, the hair's fine, but it's a little bloody. There's a little blood in the hair, but the hair's fine. we had a little moment of levity there.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, it was a somber moment.